They've made finals, semi-finals, and yet, okay, how? And it was, look, to be honest, the reason I was convinced we'd win was because that's what I sold to the players.
Yeah.
There isn't a Tottenham supporter that I see now that doesn't want to hug me. Not because, yeah, okay, we won, but because they just never thought it would happen. They just never thought because like I said, they've been close so many times. They had world-class managers, world-class players. They've made finals, semi-finals, and yet, okay, how? And it was, look, to be honest, the reason I was convinced we'd win was because that's what I sold to the players.
Yeah.
I said to them, I think I've said the story where outside the Tottenham dressing room at the home ground, there's all the photos, but it's only of the teams that have won things. And I walked them through that, and I just said, have a look at those walls. What do you notice? I said, most of them are in black and white, because that's how long ago. And I go, who's not on these walls? I said, Harry's not on these walls. I said, Sonny, I go, Sonny, you're not on these walls. Only one way we get on these walls, boys. So that was a big driving force for me, that I kind of used it as, that's why I was convinced get to the final that we would win, because I think when it got tough, and it was going to get tough, I think we had more to win than Man U on the night. I said, Man U, they've always got something to lean on, a crutch of success. This was a chance for this group of players, and that's the story I sold them. Well, mate, you guys got a chance to elevate yourself above all the other players that have come in the last sort of 40 years.
How did you feel yourself going into that game in terms of your job? Did you feel like it was on the line, even though you were preparing for this massive game?
Yeah, I knew I was gone.
Really?
Yeah, I knew I was gone probably around, I think, the end of January, early February. I knew I was gone. And I said to the coaches, I said, look, it's quite obvious. At the time, I said, we weren't in a relegation. We were, I think, 16th points away from relegation. I said, look, we're in the quarterfinals of Europa League. I think we can win it. I said, and that means not just winning a trophy, how much, but that also means Champions League football. I said, but the reality is, get your helmets on, because every week we're going to be copping it. I said, but I'll take that. Don't worry. I'll take the responsibility for that. But also, if we get knocked out of any stage of the Europa League, I said, I'm pretty much sure it's over. So I knew it was gone, because you get a sense of that with the conversations you have, about people. No one was talking to me about the transfer window or pre-season next year. So you kind of know, and that was fine. I didn't understand it, but I'm thinking, you know what? Again, I didn't want to get distracted. I was so laser focused on, even for myself, it's taken me 30 years to get here. What a unique opportunity to win a European trophy at a club that hasn't had success for such a long time. I know I'll remember it. So I wasn't going to let that distract me, but yeah, I knew I was gone.